All right, welcome to episode 1 of The Inner Club. I am here with my guy, Josh Alexander.
What's good?
And we're going to do a little interview today. All right, Josh, so who are you? Just tell us about yourself. Actually, let me start over. What's your full name?
my government name?
Yeah.
So I go by Josh Alexander. Alexander is my middle name.
Okay.
My last name is Gutierrez.
Okay.
So Hispanic descent. If you want to take it further, I have 2 last names because it's, Hispanic culture. We carry both mom and dad. So I'd be Gutierrez Hidalgo.
Got it. Cool. So did you come up with your artist name just by kind of taking your first name and your middle name?
Yeah, so I got the idea. I want to say originally it was from MySpace. I just didn't want to write like both last names.
Yeah.
But when I really started using it as like an artist name was after I first got into Kendrick Lamar, because I liked how he used his real name.
Yeah.
And there's that Drake line too. He's like, real name, no gimmicks.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that.
Hell yeah. That's sick. I think Russ says that in the song too.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's cool, but at the same time, I just never had any nicknames either. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's cool when artists have kind of used their own name and it's a little more like real instead of being some crazy random name. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's tight. So where are you from originally? Where were you born? Where were you kind of raised?
Reno, Nevada. So I'm from here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, local.
Cool.
Yeah, North Valley is actually is pretty much where I spent my whole life.
So
Yeah.
cool. All right. So when and why did you start wanting to be an artist?
Shit, I mean.
And when did you start making music? How'd that come about?
Well, I come from like a family of artists. Like everybody does something in my family. I got a lot of cousins that paint, draw, sing, do things like that. My dad would draw. So I picked up on like art pretty early on in life, and then it just kind of snowballed into a bunch of different things because I didn't know I wanted to make music. I just knew I wanted to do something like in the realm. When I was like 8 years old, I started dancing. When I was in middle school, about 12, I picked up guitar. I started writing poetry, and then by the time I was 15, that's when I recorded my first song.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you started pretty young.
Yeah. It's been pretty intense. Just like a long journey of developing what I wanted to do with it all.
Mm-hmm.
It's all kind of connected. Like I do a lot of my own artwork for like albums and shit like that, and it's just all kind of connected from the childhood.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
All right, so what would you categorize your genre as?
I feel like when people ask me what kind of music I make, I always just generalize and say, yeah, it's hip hop, it's R&B, it's trap. But I mean, I try to move around a lot. I don't like to stay in one space. I don't like to stand still. So, sometimes I might do a more conscious rap song and I'll just do bars for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then other times it'll be a more melodic song where I'm not saying as much, but I'm kind of just practicing like singing or trying to build a world more so. A lot of ad-libs, a lot of different sounds. And I get inspiration from so many different places that like I just try not to make my stuff sound overly consistent.
Yeah. That's tight.
Yeah.
So kind of like that, like getting some versatility in there.
Yeah. That's always been the goal. But
Cool.
sometimes I feel like I overdo it and I end up just coming up with something that's just like wild and I'm like, I can't put this out. But that's just part of the process. Yeah. No, I got some shit, but it's very underdeveloped. Halfway through the process you're like, okay, I'm gonna stop now. Like I'm just
too much.
Yeah. But it's fun though.
Yeah. All right, switching lanes a little bit. Who are some of your idols?
I guess it depends what you're talking about. That's not really a very black and white question for me. So
maybe musically, who's some of your musical idols or some of your favorite music artists?
I feel like I have a pretty generic list, but it's a little bit beyond just the music.
Yeah.
So the artists that have inspired me more than anything, just because they've been around in my life. It's been like, Michael Jackson was a big presence in my house, so he kind of made me want to. He's really the reason why I wanted to do something, because it was like I seen him in the Thriller video, and I was like, damn, he's cool as fuck. Like, I want to get like that. Yeah. So Michael was always like presence, but I can't do what Michael does. Like, nobody can. Right. And then Prince is like another artist that inspired me to be wild and versatile and be different, But Prince is like modern Mozart. Like, you can't just like pick up 27 instruments like the guy. So I was just like, I basically want to embody these guys in my performance or my sound. Tupac was a big one. He's the reason why I started writing poetry, and in turn turned into rapping. I read his you ever read The Rose That Grew from Concrete? No. It's like a collection of poems that he wrote when he was like in high school and like in his early years too. Damn. Yeah, and I read that when I was like 8th grade, I think, and right away I was just like, I love this. I want to do this. And then Jimi Hendrix was a big one. He's the reason I wanted to make music. Like, I picked up the guitar and decided I'm gonna make music. And I'm not as good at guitar as I would like to say for how long I've been playing it. But I definitely would say that had it not been for discovering a lot of classic rock through artists like Jimmy, I probably would have never looked at music in the terms of like, all you have to do is like play it, I always, as a kid, I'd be listening to music and think like, how the fuck do they, Oh, can I cuss on this? Yeah. Okay. I was like, but yeah, no, that's those are probably the ones that influenced me most. Song by song, project by project, it's a different artist, like I've been listening to a lot of like Lil Durk, St. John, everybody's got their Drake or Kanye. Yeah. You have those moments where you're like listening to something and you hear a song or an album and you're just like, I never heard that particular sound or that flow, and I want to try do something like that. Yeah. Or you hear how I like Lil Durk a lot because of the way he uses his voice while rapping. Like he does a different, it's not really singing, but he does like a different type of approach with how he hits his notes and stuff. Okay. So yeah, it's a lot of that goes into my music. It's not just like oh yeah, I got it and I'm gonna keep Yeah. You kind of cut and sew everything as you go. Yeah.
That's sick. All right. Who's one of your dream collabs?
Carlos Santana. Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. Yeah. Yeah. When he did that R&B shit in like 2000 or 1999 or whatever, yeah, I was like, he's sick.
Yeah. All right. So a little two-part question. What's your favorite song you've put out, and what's your favorite music video you've put out so far?
I think I only have 2 videos, so it's hard to say. Okay. And I'm gonna have to say the one that with the visuals put out, man, because that
one's clean.
Yeah, it's the only one that's even really quality, honestly, because the videos that I had put out in the past were like, or actually Ethan did one for me, and that's a very obscure one. Shout out to Ethan, by the way. But it was again like just kind of a spur of the moment thing. I feel like we didn't really plan it out and map it out or anything, but yeah, I would have to say it'd probably be the one for Don't Waste My Time. Yeah. The one for In My Bag, I literally just set up my phone in my room.
Is that the one you shot yourself? Okay, I thought that one was sick.
Yeah, I feel like for what it is, it's tight, but again, it was like a pandemic thing. Like everybody was in the house, and I was like, I need to do something. So it was like 3 a.m, and I just set that up. But yeah, what was the other part of the question? Sorry.
Your favorite song?
Favorite song I put out.
That you've put out, yeah.
It's tough, man. I actually don't even listen to my music after I put it out. So
really,
yeah,
that's funny.
I'm gonna have to say, and this is one that is really only on YouTube. It's actually called White Noise, and it kind of talks about what we were just talking about. Yeah, and that was just it was like a period piece. It was one of the only times I feel like I really captured how I felt that in that time in my life. And it was one of the more painfully honest songs that I've done, I think, because a lot of them are just, you know, there's still some bit of like, are people gonna like this, you know? And with that one, there was none of that. It was literally just fuck it.
That's
so
tight. Yeah. All right, so is there anything you want your fans to know?
Fans, shit, I wear a mask.
Hey,
we're not out of this yet, so
that's a plug right there.
Yeah. All
right. Where can we find your music, and where can people reach you at?
You can find my music pretty much on all platforms. There's an issue as of the recording of this right now that I have with my profile on Spotify and Apple Music, is that there's another artist by the same name in like fucking France or something like that, and he puts out just like, I don't even know what it is. It's like acoustic music, I think, but that's not me. It'll show up under the profile, but that's not me. So if you look up Josh Alexander, you're gonna go for the ones that are not as pretty. Yeah.
Make sure you find the right one.
Yeah. Because if you start hearing some French shit, that's not me.
Oh, you recently had to make a new Instagram account, right?
Yeah. So reaching out to me, you're gonna want to hit me probably on Twitter. I'm most active on that.
Cool.
At Josh Has the Juice. The Instagram was under the same handle. However, it got locked out. So the new profile is Joshua Has the Juice.
There we go. Just putting the full name in there.
Yeah, just nobody had it, so I was like, I'm going for it.
Hell yeah. Cool. Well, I think we're about to wrap up. Thank you, Josh, for being on our first episode of the Inner Club.
Hey, thank you.
We'll get you back on soon. But thanks.
Appreciate
Tune in for the next one. Shout out to Josh. Go follow him on all socials.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Now that it's all said and done, set it down, set in stone. I'm coming down, I don't wanna feel away anymore, no. I've been in my bag, did it all alone. Shouldn't have to beg just to feel at home. Baby, would you pray for me on your own? No. Say I can still remember how we met. That November, you was everything I needed at the time. I've been catching feelings in and out. I can't help it, I just want someone to show me what's the high.